Hi, everyone. My name is Steffi Lee, and I'm part of the communications team here at the Iowa Association of Business and Industry. This week, we have ABI Executive Vice President Nicole Crain joining us, as well as Dalexi Carrillo, who is the Director of Programming and Communications with the Business Industry Political Action Committee, also known as BIPAC. Both are here to discuss the importance of how ABI's members and the business community can engage people to participate in early voting and voting on Election Day. So Election Day for Iowa City Council and school board elections is November 2nd this year. So thank you both for joining us. So Dalexi, BIPAC emphasizes how every election can have a big impact on our industries and job and business climate and business community. So how are employers and the overall business community well positioned to help discuss elections and provide information to employees?
So employers aren't there to tell workers how to vote or who to vote for. They're there to educate. Employees look to their employers or a representative of their employer as reliable sources of information. Our engagement studies have shown that 67% of employees want to hear from their employers about elections and voting. Moreover, 72% of employees who recall receiving that information believe their company cares about the local community and is a good citizen. And lastly, 78% want to hear from their employers about policy issues. So really overall, employees really look to their employers for this type of information.
That's great information. So how does BIPAC help our business community, such as ABI here, reach local employees as well as businesses with election information, dates, deadlines, and other proper messaging to get this information to them?
BIPAC develops these custom websites for our members and state partners to use where employees can find the most important information so that they are prepared to vote early or on election day. This includes absentee and early voting information, a Find Your Candidates tool, and links to find your polling place. We also collaborate with our partners to produce messaging that gets employees and stakeholders updated on the elections and voting in their area. At the end of the day, we really want to make voter engagement easy since it is an important part of democracy. And we have the resources for employers to do so in a way that is packaged in toolkits, which includes messaging, graphics, and get out the vote activity ideas.
Great. Thank you so much, Dalexi. And one of the custom websites that Dalexi just talked about that BIPAC created is IA Votes. So Nicole, why is it important for ABI members to provide voter resources to our business community, and how can members get the most out of IA Votes?
Great. Thank you, Steffi. And thank you again, Dalexi, for joining us. It's always great to partner with BIPAC. For those of you who've been members of ABI for a while, you may know that ABI has partnered with BIPAC through the Iowa Prosperity Project and Economic Progress for Iowa Citizens for almost 20 years. And we have really worked with them to help educate not only ABI members, but other businesses and other business organizations. By providing this information to employees and to the general public, it helps raise the importance of those local elections. We all think about the general election. We all know when the presidential election comes around or who's running for governor, but we might not know who's running for city council, county supervisor, ag and soil water conservation commissioner. There's so many of these small races, or what we may see as small, but make such a big difference in our everyday lives. They say the government closest to the people is, of course, the one that makes the most impact to all of us. So especially businesses, right? We are all property taxpayers, and in Iowa, property taxes are paid and levied at the local level. And so I think it's really important. If you go to the IA Votes website, we have a lot of different resources, as Dalexi's mentioned some of those as well. We have a toolkit. We have, again, this is a nonpartisan effort, and it's not telling people how to vote, but it's also letting them know, here are some issues that are important to Iowa businesses. If you look at these candidates, this is how it might affect the business climate in Iowa. So we do have, a lot of times we have a candidate comparison tool. We have just important deadlines on that website. What I think is so great about the partnership between IA Votes and BIPAC and ABI is that, again, these resources are nonpartisan. They're just information geared to educate individuals and to provide them what they need to know to be prepared on election day when they get to the polls. And I think that's something, especially when it comes to those local races, that we don't always think about. Here's who's going to be on the ballot. Here's where I can find sample ballots. Here's where I can make sure my voter registration is up to date. So the iavotes.com website is that one-stop shop that you can find as an employer all the information to message to employees, but also all the information to be prepared to vote on election day.
So like Nicole said, IA Votes is meant to be a one-stop shop for employer and employee resources. So ABI members can get the most out of this website and use the toolkits and find the right messaging to provide their employees with the right messaging and engage them to participate in their local elections. So if you have any questions, please visit iowaabi.org, iavotes.com, or you can email Nicole Crain at ncrain@iowaabi.org with any questions you may have. Thank you.